Thank you for joining us. I'm Governor Gretchen Whitmer, and I'm really excited to be here with all of you. And I also know someone who's been really following the rules and making sure that he stays safe and the elves stay safe. And so my special guest is Santa Claus.
Hello, boys and girls. How are you?
Does anyone have a question for Santa Claus?
Santa, do you have to wear a mask?
But we're not going to take any chances. We're all going to mask up. We're all going to wash our hands. And we're all going to stay 6 feet apart.
Hi, how can we keep people safe for Christmas?
What I would suggest to do is what the governor is telling all the people of the great state of Michigan to do.
And another way to stay safe during the holiday is to stay home, but call your grandparents and your cousins and your family. And it's the safest way to tell the people you love how much you care about them. This year, it has to look a little bit different so we can stay safe.
You know, I never thought we would get an image into the depths of hell, and yet here we are today. I mean, seriously, it's a bit disturbing to use Santa Claus and kids' innocence to reinforce your political ideology and to manipulate the youngest children amongst us. What else do you say here? Freaking hell. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. This is Luke Radowski of WeAreChange.org. That video that we just started off with is, of course, from the official Governors of Michigan's account that is somehow boasting and sending this out to her followers. And that larger messaging of staying away from your families, obey the government, do as they tell you to do, as they don't even follow the laws themselves, is being regurgitated by, of course, the mainstream media's favorite doctor, Mr. Fauci, who's telling Americans today that they can't see their children on Christmas. All, of course, as family gatherings are deemed extremely dangerous, but hovering for slave-made goods at Black Friday at Best Buy, that gets your stamp of approval. So does rioting and protesting, only, of course, for the proper movement like Black Lives Matter. Don't you dare deviate from the directives and narratives that they're telling you to do. And again, just seeing these types of restrictions being put on average, innocent human beings, meanwhile the rules are being disregarded by those setting them up, is just absolutely distasteful, and the hypocrisy here needs to be called out, which, of course, we do here almost every single day on this independent media channel that is called We Are Change. And because we do this, we are also fully demonetized and kicked out of the YouTube partner program, so your support is more crucial than ever on wearechange.org/donate. The link is in the description. It is in the comments. Click on it right now. There's many ways you can help with either physical mail, all the major credit cards, PayPal, cryptocurrencies, Venmo, Cash App, even ways to support us without spending a single dime. And now we have a new category where you could buy products like storable food, collagen, VPNs, customized gut probiotics, t-shirts, cacao, reishi mushrooms, water filters, whatever it is. We now have it all outlined here on wearechange.org/donate. We also have now 2 t-shirt stores, since some t-shirts are more spicy than others. The spicy ones are right here in the red. The regular ones are here in the black. Check them both out. Yes, it's confusing, but that's the day and age that we're living in right now, where if you question the status quo or dare to even make jokes about the establishment like I did, you will be fact-checked by USA Today. Yes, literally, just moments ago, I was officially fact-checked on my Instagram page, instagram.com/LukeWeAreChange, after I posted a clearly satirical, funny post regarding the Time Person of the Year with a meme image of the Chinese president leader Xi Jinping right in the middle of course, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. This is obviously something that is satire. It's meant to make fun of current events by being hyperbolic about it in a funny manner, which the thick-headed mongrel blowhards at USA Today, I want to know, who are you working at USA Today, seeing a meme and saying, oh, we have to limit the view of this meme because, quote, this is an altered photo. You think, gee, if you think people are that stupid that they can't figure out that Mao Zedong along with Joe Biden weren't named Person of the Year, you really must have a low viewpoint of humanity. I feel sorry for your lack of humor and most likely also lack of any personality behind it. Seriously, they're limiting my post so people can't see a joke because it's, quote, not factually accurate. What's next? Canceling the t-shirt I'm wearing that has a picture of Karl Marx attributed to a homeless guy saying, "Gives me that." Yes, of course, this is not just the random homeless guy. Of course, there's no historical record of him saying, "Gives me that," but it's one of the shirts I sell that is funny. So, what, soon you're going to ban these shirts too? And that's utterly freaking ridiculous and stupid, and it deserves to be called out. But with a Biden presidency and him surrounding himself within his administration with all the big tech oligarchs and executives, we could definitely bet our bottom dollar that the big tech monopolies are going to be stretching and exercising their new powers very soon, as even Twitter just recently announced that they will be removing any post regarding the conholio sickness jab if people claim that it could, quote, harm people. So I wonder, are they going to go after the Daily Mail and all the other mainstream news publications, some of them that are publishing the information about the Alaskan healthcare worker who had no history of allergies that just suffered a very serious anaphylactic shock? Are you going to go after Reuters that reported about how the UK government is warning people who have allergies, pregnant women, and women who tend to be pregnant, also with children, not to take this jab? Or are you also going to be taking down the UK government for doing so? And that is just absolutely absurd. It just shows you the total draconian, totalitarian world that we are ever coming so closer to, mainly because of people's inability to stand up for themselves. And again, factual, relevant, important information about this jab is going to be kept away from you, allegedly for your safety, as of course the propaganda efforts are being rolled out in record numbers, as one of the top posts on Reddit right now is a mask-wearing individual with a band-aid on his arm saying that he just got the conholio sickness jab, with of course the most upvoted comment being, "Great, now I only need to wait 17 months for now," eagerly just highlighting mindless thinkers that of course are upvoted by a tightly controlled algorithm that manipulates what you see, on the front page in benefit of course, special interests. That's what Reddit is right now. And to go along with this massive propaganda effort, we of course have the, quote, President-elect Joe Biden, along with the current Vice President Mike Pence, announcing that they will get the conholio sickness jab soon on, of course, national television. And they're, quote, doing this, according to Biden, who says that he wants to, quote, set a good example. And I wonder how they are going to be doing this, as of course there's also footage coming out of the, quote, medical professionals giving this conholio sickness jab and literally injecting a person with nothing, since of course the plunger didn't move at all. The hospital even released an official statement, which again is in regards to this plunger not working, saying, quote, "After numerous reports emerged on social media claiming one of the 5 nurses receiving the jab on Tuesday did not receive a full dose of the jab, we want to remove any doubt raised that he was not fully jabbed and further strengthen confidence in the jab process. The nurse in question today was jabbed again, and according to the U.S. Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, the re-jabbing of the nurse will not cause adverse effects." I'm sorry, but not even being able to administer the jab correctly doesn't really build a lot of confidence, guys. Like, I'm sorry to break it to you, there have been adverse effects reported, just like in Alaska, where a nurse was put into the ICU unit after receiving the jab. There are many side effects, which even the major pharma companies are listing and they're warning people about. The United Kingdom is warning children, pregnant women, women who want to be pregnant, and people with allergies not to take this jab. So there are some adverse effects. And again, we have to understand that this is the first ever of its kind in recorded medical human history that such an mRNA jab has been ever used. It usually takes 10 to 15 years to create a jab, but this new one came in about 6 months when we still don't know the origin of the sickness. We still don't even know who patient 0 is, but yet we still in 6 months record time were able to figure out a magical jab that fixes all of our problems, that's going to bring back life to normal as promised by the experts. And oh wait, all the medical experts like Dr. Fauci are rescinding a lot of those major big comments, and they're now telling us that even if you do get the jab, you still have to wear a mask, you still have to social distance, since you might of course still be able to get the sickness and spread it to other people. That's literally the words of Dr. Fauci and other mainstream media, quote, doctors that are just repeating these lines that make you really wonder what in the world is going on here. Now again, extremely perplexing, extremely confusing situation. It's not very easy to describe all the specific parameters with exactly what is happening here. A lot of people are on angst, like Tom Cruise, who I wouldn't be surprised if he was related to Whitmore or Fauci, because literally, if Fauci and Whitmore had a baby, Tom Cruise would pop out and then start screaming and ranting and raving at poor workers for not following every little guideline that's presented to them by, of course, the ever flip-flopping medical experts that keep changing their tune every week or so. As, of course, there's new audio leaked from Tom Cruise on the set of Mission Impossible, just absolutely verbally abusing a lot of the workers on the set of this movie that are just trying to make ends meet. And just like many government officials, they are just totally oblivious to any self-reality, as of course they are going along with the government lockdowns that are literally destroying freedom and are used as an excuse for total totalitarian takeover, as even exemplified by a new report that talks about how freedom is one of the major casualties of this entire sickness, since many governments are using this opportunity in order to squash any form of dissent, any form of protest, and to violate human rights disproportionately all over the world with illegal, indefinite, unnecessary, quote, health measures, which are being abused by, of course, the very powerful. You know, it is kind of hilarious to be lectured by the super rich and the super famous with their privileged lifestyle, as, of course, because of their lunacy and insanity that they push on everyone, we now have record numbers of people going into absolute poverty and losing any form of livelihood that they previously had. As even a new report came out that now nearly 8 million Americans have fallen into poverty since June, one of the biggest jumps since, of course, the 1960s, which is leading many unsuspecting, ignorant fools to ask the government to help with this problem that they themselves created. I'm sorry, but I do not trust individuals who created this problem. These lockdowns, these restrictions are all arbitrary, they're all made up, and they're all decrees of crazy masked individuals who don't obey, usually, the actual science that they keep citing. Many times, government officials have been found out to be absolutely wrong with their lockdowns on restrictions, which, again, are very selective. You want to protest? You want to riot? You want to go shopping at the big corporate stores? Yeah, totally fine. You want to operate a small business? You want to go to a restaurant? You want to have family dinner? Totally illegal, criminalized in many instances, and you'll be shamed at least for daring to commit some of these actions, which of course are not in the benefit of the establishment. I'm sorry, but this is absolutely a full-time takeover, and it needs to be called out for exactly that. And of course, not all people are blind, as the Mexican president recently came out and he slammed lockdowns as what they actually are, according to him, forms of dictatorships. And when we look at the freedom index that's being absolutely lost, he is clearly right, and he is clearly calling out a major problem that's being perpetrated by these establishment corporate shills that want more power to fix a problem that they created. And I think Thomas Swalwell said it best when he said, quote, "How long do politicians have to keep on promising heaven and delivering hell before people catch on and stop getting swept away by rhetoric?" And he's right. But the establishment will keep using unaware buffoons like George Clooney that are literally calling out for bailouts. George Clooney, yes, wants money to subsidize entertainment right now, and the Hollywood CIA propaganda filth that they've been trying to infiltrate our consciousness with ever since the existence of the theater. Meanwhile, when we look at the data, when we look at the numbers, they show a very, very different picture from what we're being told in the mainstream media that is happening right now. China, celebrating, dance parties in the streets, no social gathering, raves, nightclubs open, partying, celebrating as, of course, their government takes over and cleans up major swaths of the world economy, as largely they are unaffected from a sickness that originated very closely to one of their laboratories that was working with special establishment American interests doing gain-of-function research on a very eerily close sickness that now the world is being devastated by. And again, it's not the sickness that's devastating people, it's the government. The longer we sit by and allow this information, these lies, to get passed on, the longer we participate in it voluntarily without even questioning them, the longer we're in trouble. If you found this video helpful, share this with your friends and family members. I don't care about what people say about don't bring up politics at the dinner table or at the bar. I'm the complete opposite of that. If you're afraid to talk to your family members about the truth and the reality of this world, I find that absolutely pathetic. More than ever, we need to engage in conversations. And even if it's not sharing this video, if you found an article or a meme I shared that you liked, share it with them while it is still legal, because there are major concerted efforts to get rid of any form of speech that doesn't go along and regurgitate the corporate Disney establishment talking points down your throats. I'm not with that. Magically, I'm still here even though I'm fully demonetized, and that's why I can't thank you enough for the small $5 donations, for the cryptocurrencies, for just checking out some of the businesses that I trust, that I work. It truly means the world to me that I am still here, and I am only here mainly because of you. And this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org.